Greetings, friends. For today's art activity, we are going to create a sculpture of a figure playing a sport. You're going to need some aluminum foil, so look in your kitchen, see if you have some. If not, you can use newspaper. You'll just need some tape to hold the pieces together. Here is how we are going to cut our aluminum foil. We'll take a closer look at this in just a minute. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. If you don't have a pair of scissors, you can use your fingers to tear the foil. What we're going to do is pose our figure as if the figure is playing a sport. So think about what kind of sport you want to have your art playing. Is it going to be a team sport like baseball, soccer, football, basketball? Or is it going to be maybe weightlifting or golf, maybe gymnastics, skateboarding, roller skating, surfing, swimming, all kinds of options of sports that you can choose from. Now, some things you might want to consider is if you do have actual baseballs or toys or things that you can use for a sport, it might be too big for our figure. So maybe you want to use some Play-Doh or something else to create the things that you might need for showing that sport. A box of crayons is perfect because a crayon can be used as many different things. Maybe a golf club, maybe a baseball bat. You can pose it however you would like. Now, we're going to gather up our materials and let's get to work. For today's art activity, we are going to cut a piece of aluminum foil into 5 different sections. 2 sections for the arm, 1 for the head and the torso, and then 2 sections for the leg. Now the torso is going to be in the center. When you cut your lines, make sure you stop before you get to the middle. So I'm going to start with my foil and my pair of scissors. I'm going to cut 1 vertical line straight up. That's going to be for the legs, but I'm going to stop before I get to the middle. I'm going to do a horizontal line on either side of the foil, but I'm going to stop before I get to the middle. And then on the top, I'm going to do 2 lines kind of spaced apart so that way each section is about 1/3 of the top of the foil. I'm going to start with the leg, and I'm just going to simply fold it in from either direction and then crumple it together. Kind of pinch it. That looks good. Now do the other leg. Fold it in from the other direction, and then kind of squeeze it together with your fingers. We can come back later and fix the shape of it if we want to. I'm going to do the same with the arms, and I'm going to save the head for last. And let's go ahead and do the other arm. I like to start with the legs and then the arms. It just makes it a little bit easier for doing the shape of the head at the end. I can kind of squeeze his neck together there towards his body, pinch it in, and then with the rest of the foil, kind of pinch it inwards to create a round oval shape for the head. Now, I may want to bend and shape and squeeze my foil to create whatever design I want for my sculpture. Think about what kind of sport your sculpture is going to play, and then pose your sculpture in such a way that it looks like he is playing that sport. If you want to use some Play-Doh or another piece of foil to create some accessories for your person, you can do that as well. That looks pretty good. Maybe he is a weightlifter and he's pretending to lift this extremely heavy colored pencil. Or perhaps it is a baseball bat and maybe he's up at bat. He's maybe playing for the Tampa Bay Rays. Or let's see, maybe he's going to play some golf and this can be his golf club. And let's see, other ideas could include using Play-Doh. Play-Doh is a great thing that you can use to create stuff for your figure. Now, this baseball is real sized, so I may want to find something that's smaller. If you're not sure how to pose your sculpture, take a look at maybe some trading cards. These are great because they usually have lots of really good action shots on them to get some ideas for how you might want to pose your figure. I think I'm going to make my sculpture I'm going to bend him a little bit, and I'm going to have him riding a horse. Maybe he's a jockey in a horse race. So let's see if I can get him to sit on here. Now, if you have trouble getting your foil to stand or to sit, feel free to use a little bit of tape to attach him to an object. Just make sure whatever you use, it's okay that you use it. Ask permission as always. If you're not sure if you're allowed to use something, double check. Make sure it is okay. I'm going to stick one of his hands in the air. Maybe he could be also like riding a horse at a rodeo. That would be another fun sport. Be creative with it. Make sure you take a picture of your art so you can share it with your friends and family.